Hey, Flosstube. Julicious here. How you doing? How am I doing? I'm doing pretty well. I mean, my city is gonna like double in size next week because of the Democratic National Convention, but otherwise we're all just fine. Help us. And I don't know if you've heard, like, I don't know if this has been like news outside of Philadelphia or just Pennsylvania. But SEPTA, our local train system, is, well, they had a slight problem. They got a whole fleet of new train cars. Fabulous. From like Hyundai. I think we get them from Hyundai. Anyway, every single new car did what, now I think the really technical term for what happened is they all totally shit the bed with the lights on. They all needed to be recalled. All of them. Every single one. So currently SEPTA, Philadelphia's public transit system, is borrowing spare subway cars from like New York and New Jersey, and the system is totally messed up, and trains are late. Trains are overcrowded, like Tokyo style. And the Democratic National Convention is next week. If I were the mayor, I would be having strokes every day. I would have blood clots in my brain. It's bad. It's a bad scene. How are you? I was going to record this video yesterday, but I had to go to the dentist in the morning and have 2 fillings, and I'm terrified of the dentist. If it turns out that I am wrong and hell is a place that actually exists and I end up there, all I will hear is the sound of dentist drills. I hate going to the dentist. I have given birth twice with no medication, and I would rather do that again than have to go to the dentist. I've had a scratch on this cornea. I would rather go through that again than go to the dentist. And my dentist knows that. I actually really love my dentist. He is so intuitive as far as each patient's anxiety level, and he kind of meets you there. And he doesn't do that thing that a lot of men of a certain age do. Whereas if you have a woman patient and you dumb things down and call her honey and blah, 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 blah. No, he does not do that at all, which is one of the many reasons I love him. And he'll, we have normal adult conversations about my teeth and what we're going to do about my teeth. And so I am as comfortable as possible. And I really, really appreciate that about him. My point yesterday, he was like, oh, let's give you Novocaine. Let's give you all the Novocaine in the entire office. Screw the rest of my patients. That's probably not actually what was going through his mind, but that's kind of how my mouth felt for the rest of the morning and into the early afternoon. Have you ever experienced Bell's palsy? It was kind of like that. But all is well for the moment until a couple of weeks from now. when I have to go back. Remember to floss, kids. What do I have for you today? Not that much, actually. I got birthday haul, and I got Jessie Marie's behind the scenes tag. That's what I got. I am currently, I've decided I'm going to focus on the finish for Mastering the Macabre. I'm going to get that done. Because there are things I want to start, and I can't bring myself to just start new things without having some finishes first. It's just the way I am. So, oh, couple of things. Kathleen Werner, you won the To the Beach chart. So if you see this, hopefully get with me. Send me a message. Since you don't actually have a channel and upload content onto YouTube, I can't contact you via YouTube, so get with me and I'll send that right out to you. Also, Auntie Jen Stitches, you had asked in a comment on my last video if I could have my partner film me at the spinning wheel. Yes, I would love to do that. I am currently kind of in my head planning a spinning demo video. So that will be forthcoming. I'm kind of debating whether or not I should like kind of give y'all sort of a little history lesson about hand spinning in general and spinning wheels in specific, or if I should just sit down and be like, hey, here's my spinning wheel and here's how I do it and look what we're going to do today. Or some happy medium. So that's in the works. The cogs are turning. But okay. That's the only like business I had. So, haul. I got a, that was the burp of the video. Okay, so I got a haul from 123 Stitch with some birthday money, and then I also bought some wool from two of my favorite shops on Etsy. So, if you don't like haul, I'm sorry. In the grand scheme of things, it's not that much, but Okay, so patterns first. I only got 3. I don't normally buy like themed patterns, but I've been wanting these for a long time because they're kind of dark and macabre, and I like that. I got 3 Prairie Schooler patterns, and these are my very first Prairie Schooler patterns ever, and I wanted to get them while I still can. So the first one I got that I have a definite plan for, it will go in my office, is Misfortune. Got because I love the number 13. Fan of number 13. It's my favorite number. It's my lucky number. And then I got numbers 196 and 197. I got Nevermore. I really liked the Ouija board theme. Even though I'm not really into Ouija boards, because... Okay, I'm not going to debunk Ouija boards here for you. This is not a skeptics channel. This is a cross-stitching and knitting and spinning channel, so we're not going to go into why Ouija boards are bunk. But anyway, look at the pattern. Isn't it cool? And I really like that you get like these little bonusy things. Like Nevermore. So yes, this is Nevermore. I really like it. And then I got Hocus Pocus. Once again, I like the vibe. So, good stuff. I don't know when I'm going to stitch these. I got, where are you? I got a piece of 32 count lamb's wool to stitch Misfortune on. So that will be a project soon-ish. This wool is really stiff. This linen, rather. Not saying that good or bad. I'm just saying. I was just saying it's pretty stiff. Okay, we're gonna put things over here when I'm done with them. All right. What else? What else did I get? I got a bunch of fabric. A whole bunch of fabric. Not a whole bunch. It felt like a lot. Probably because the price tag kind of looked like a lot. I got 2 pieces, my very first 40 count linen. Because, as I mentioned last video, I am itching to start Nantucket Girl Sampler. This is most likely going to be the next thing I start after when I'm done with Master and the Macabre. Really want to do this. And I just looked at the chart and I got the fabric that it called for, which is 40 count vintage buttercream linen from Lakeside. Yeah, Lakeside Linens. And I don't have any fancy fabrics to show you because, you know, I'm not really that into hand-dyed. I like my neutrals. But this... So, yeah. That's what this is going to go on. And I have to say, I got this and I put it in my shopping cart. And I have been really scared of higher count fabrics for a long time. Couldn't tell you why. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to get a small piece, like a 9x13 piece of 40 count to practice on. So I also got, this is platinum Newcastle linen in 40 count. Just a 9x13 piece. So my fabric arrived in the mail and I'm looking at this and I'm like, what was I scared of? I can stitch on this. I can see the holes just fine. I can see the squares just fine. So the confidence that comes with some experience, I don't know. But hey, I'm not going to complain, huh? And then I got 2 pieces of fabric in the same shade. They're just slightly different sizes because I decided I wanted to have the fabric for both red and the black charts. Just to have them there because I don't know, I thought, well, what if they discontinue the fabric? I don't know that Lakeside Linens is planning on doing that, but it was birthday money, so in my head it wasn't really my money, so I was going to go ahead and do that. So I did. The first red and black pattern I'm going to start with the first one. Sorry about the glare. You saw this last time. And each of the red and black each of the red and the black patterns called for, again, from Lakeside Linens, Vintage Autumn Gold. which is in this shade. So I got fabric for those. And I'm excited. So let's have a quick look at the Jewlicious fabric palette. So exciting, right? Oh, if you want fun fabric, go watch Katie the Stash Queen, or Mon Dot Stitches always has some really pretty fabrics too, or Copy Stitcher. Don't come here. Mackenzie, the lovely array, gets me though. We're on a fabric wavelength, fabric shade wavelength. She doesn't like linen, and I love linen, but you know, whatevs. And this is kind of blah whatever, but for Misfortune, just because it was there, I grabbed the DMC 921 orange. So have that ready to go. So that's all the cross stitching stuff. And then I went to Etsy and got some spinning fiber. Yay. And I went to my 2 favorite Etsy shops. If you ever, I have been buying from these shops for years. Great communication from the sellers, wonderful product. I've never had any problems. And like the only problem I had was actually with this order, and it was a total, it was such an easy fix. So the first shop I'm going to mention is June Price Fiber Arts. Cheryl and Jennifer run this. And this is merino wool. I'm sorry, this is Blue-Faced Leicester. 4 ounces in the colorway Isabella. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't it? That's gonna make beautiful, beautiful yarn. I had actually ordered first when I went on their shop. I had chosen some merino in still smells like lanolin. Sorry, got distracted. I had chosen some merino and ordered that. And a few days later, Cheryl contacted me and said, I am so sorry, we don't have this in stock. Something slipped through. Someone had bought the last braid of it, and for whatever reason, it didn't get updated on their Etsy shop, and she was so apologetic. And I was like, you know what? You know, crap happens. It does. And it's not like I'm not going to look at their shop and not be able to find something else I want. So I got this instead. Shipping's really quick, although I live in Pennsylvania, in the US, and this shipped from Rhode Island. So, you know, it didn't have that far to go. But that's, you know, I still think you get it in a timely manner, even if you lived further away. Not sure about international shipping, but give them a try. So that's what I got from June Price Fiber Arts. And then, from my other favorite Etsy fiber shop, Wool Gatherings, I got 2 gorgeous braids. This one is 85% merino and 15% silk. And it is so buttery soft. I've had my eye on this for like this particular dye job. I've had this on my wish list for more than a year. Beautiful. So pretty. And then also from Wool Gatherings, also this is 70% merino, 30% silk, even softer. I cannot wait to play with these. Well, that was probably a really awkward edit. Okay, so that was my haul. Just for fun, what wool do you think I should spin first? I'm curious. Leave a comment. I reserve the right to disregard your suggestions because I am a fickle creature. But I also, you know, who knows, I might. Okay, anyway, let's move on to Jessie Marie's behind the scenes tag, which I will put a link to below. Question 1 is take a picture of your setup for recording, and this is optional. What I did, because I still haven't figured out how to insert pictures, is I filmed a clip. So, have the clip. And welcome to my mess. I know the tag said to take a picture and insert it, but I do what I want. So yeah, this is generally, lately when I'm here in my office where I film. And my setup is, I use my iPhone. I have an iPhone 6. So generally what I do is I stack floss boxes. And then, so my phone would go like right here and it would rest against my computer screen. Generally, this is what I do. Now, when I'm in my living room, I sit on the floor in front of my fireplace, and I also have the floss boxes, and what I'll do is I'll put like a paperback, like a trade paperback, on the top box towards the back so that my phone has something to rest on. But yeah, this is my space. Sometimes I stitch here. Got a window. My friend Anna, who lives in Japan now, made that for me for Hanukkah one year. It's the kanji for ocean wave. And I've got my drink. Today it's a cold brew with almond milk. And yeah, my messy desk corner. But yeah, this is where the magic happens. Question number 2 is, how did you come up with your channel name? Julicious has been my internet / gaming / whatever username for more than a decade now. So it just, there really was no other choice. Kind of a moniker some friends in college hung on me, you know, sort of a combination between my heritage and my first name and Leet. Remember Leet? 133T, remember? No? Oh well. Yeah. Question number 3. When did you post your very first video to YouTube for floss stitch / cross stitching purposes? Oh, I should have done some research, shouldn't I? I should have gone back like a good person and seen when that was. That was in 2015. That was in spring of 2015. I know that because I've only been doing this a little over a year. La 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 la. Do 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 do. Let's look. April 6th, 2015. April 6th of 2015. I said that twice. I don't know why. Repetition for emphasis? Eh? What do you use to film your videos? Question 4. Currently I use my iPhone 6. I used to use way back, like a year ago, YouTube had a function on their website where you could just record and it would use your webcam. But they discontinued that. And so I've been using my phone and trying to cobble it together. Honestly, I think it's a little bit of an improvement, just as far as the sharpness and the clarity. It's not perfect, but it's better than it had been. Question 5, do you record onto video software or just send it directly to YouTube? What I do is I record on my phone and then I transfer the videos from my phone to my computer, and from there they go into iMovie. I am so pathetically bad at using iMovie. If any of you have any tips, tricks, suggestions, wikis, what have you, oh please let me know. But yeah, iMovie. 6. Do you edit? If so, what do you use? Yes, I do. iMovie. Badly. Question 7. How many takes are involved in your videos, or do you just do it all in one shot? I try really hard to do it all in one shot, but depending on how much room is on my phone, often what I'll have to do is record for a bit, get cut off, upload, record, stitch them together. So it really depends. And yeah, but I try to do it all in one take, and sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. I totally just repeated myself. I might have to go back and edit this actually, just to, because I find that I repeat myself too much. Or I might just let it in here. We'll see. Question 8. If things go wrong during recording, do you stop and restart or just post it? Totally depends on what goes wrong. If my partner comes into my office and is like, hey, usually I'll let that in, because I find this is real life, you know. Obviously it's not a studio or anything, where this isn't the magic of TV. But if something like, if I sneeze, or if I burp audibly, or if for some reason my phone falls forward, you know, that will get a redo. Question 9, from the beginning of setup to video completely uploaded to YouTube, about how long does a standard video take? Generally about 2 to 3 hours. Generally. The longest part is the editing process. A combination of the editing process and the actual YouTube uploading the video. That's for standard. For special ones, you know, things vary. Question 10. What kind of prep do you do, if any? Script, organization, do you practice? I don't do a script. I feel like that would be kind of formulaic and kind of robotic and kind of weird. I think Jessie Marie spoke to that also. Generally what I will do is I have my handy dandy Moleskine, and if I'm doing a tag, for example, I write down the questions so that I have them here. If I have any notes, like I wrote down that I had to tell Kathleen to get in touch with me, And I know I wanted to give Auntie Jen a shout out for her question about spinning. So I wrote those down so that they were there so I didn't forget. But general, and sometimes, you know, if I have like, I'll have like an outline, like, you know, tell this story first and then go through whips and then show off finishes. Although normally I show finishes first, I think. No, it totally depends on my mood. And then do tag or haul, you know, so there's not a script, but there's kind of an outline. Sometimes. That's only if I have like a lot of ground to cover. But I don't practice just because that ain't me. Question 11. Do you watch your videos once published? Oh, yes. Oh yes. It's like watching a train wreck. I can't look away. And I kind of go back. I don't watch all the time, but I check back frequently, especially within the first week, because I use my traffic figures in my comments to measure my worth as a human being. Yeah. And also, before I film a new video, sometimes I will go back and at least skim the previous video just to make sure I don't cover the same ground twice, or just kind of get an idea of what I might want to talk about this time around. Where was I with any given project, etc., etc. Question 12. If you could change or enhance or improve your videos in any way, would you? And what would you do? Yes. If I had a money tree in my backyard, I would have a really nice camcorder and a tripod. Just, I think, videos look better the better equipment you use. And that's not a judgment. All of us live within different means. And what's important is we're here. But I'm kind of anal retentive and really, really hypercritical of myself and everything I do. So if I could improve that aspect, I certainly would. Also, I would love to be able to do more with iMovie. I don't find, just given the interface, it's not very intuitive. There was a lot of for me anyway, there was a lot of trial and error. So I would like to improve editing and be able to add captions and things like that. Last question, question 13. Share any other tidbits you might have about your own recording or funny stories, etc. You remember that time? I think this was really early last year, like maybe third or fourth video, when my cat walked into the room behind me and vomited audibly. Oh, I kind of just, I heard it going on and I was just like, the show must go on. It must go on. Just keep going. Just keep going. What else was funny? That's the only one that really sticks out in my head, mostly because it was mortifying as well as funny. So that's the tag. Thank you, Jessie Marie. Thank you very much. And that's all I got. So I will try to, make this presentable and upload it. Be looking for the spinning wheel, spinning info, whatever video. And if you like, I know Q&A is getting kind of sort of popular, and I only have like 400 and some subscribers, but seriously, I'm more than happy to answer any questions you have. I feel like, because I'm so bad at responding to comments, if I was able to like respond and interact with you via the actual video, that might work better. You can pretty much ask me anything. I, of course, reserve the right to not respond to anything I feel that is too personal or inappropriate, but I really don't think that's going to be a problem, just based on what I have seen. Anyway, yeah, have a wonderful week, folks. Keep the videos coming. I love seeing everything you do, and I so appreciate that you take the time to sit down and watch me just watch me waffle on, as Mrs. Milky Bar Kid used to say. So, take care, everybody.